What's up, YouTube? This is Will. This is a pickup video. I don't know how often I'm going to do these, but I just got back from a trip to Chicago to see family. I picked up a lot of stuff and I figured, what the hell, why not? It's something to do. So before I get everything cleaned up and put away, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys and tell you what I bought it for. So I'm going to start out with some stuff that I got from a thrift store. I got myself two PlayStation Underground demo CDs. There's 2 discs in each one. These were $2 each. I'm not usually into buying and collecting demo discs, but I kind of figured they were interesting. I never had a PlayStation Underground subscription as a kid, and I always wanted one, so I just thought they'd be kind of cool to have. I also got this Legend of Legaia demo CD. I actually thought this was the full game, and I know it goes for roughly 35-40 bucks online, disc only. So I thought I came up on something, but because of the fact that I'm an idiot, apparently, I spent $2 on a freaking demo that I'm probably not ever going to use or play. At the same place, I got a copy of Assassin's Creed 2 for the PlayStation 3, and this was $7. This is actually my first Assassin's Creed game. I also hit a retail store. The thrift stores out there, actually in Chicago, before I stopped talking about that, they're not very good. I'm coming from Southern California, and the games that you can find in the thrift stores out there are pretty amazing. You can find a lot of great systems, a lot of great games at relatively affordable prices. I mean, it just depends on where you go, but going back to Chicago and trying to do the thrifting thing was not good. I really didn't find anything. So I did hit a retail store, and I got quite a few good things. When I say good, I mean good for me. I mean, these aren't particularly great games for the general public, but I'm into, as silly as it sounds, I like playing bad games every once in a while, and obscure, goofy type games. So for me, these are pretty cool. This one, not so much. This is for the Super CD for the PC Engine. I don't recall. I think it was like Sexy Mahjong or something like that. It's not what I thought it was. I came across a YouTube video. I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was a game where I think it was like rock, paper, scissors, and it had some of the ugliest Asian women that you can possibly imagine. You play rock, paper, scissors, and they remove an article of clothing. But I thought it was hilarious. I mean, the women on that thing were just awful looking. So that's what I thought this was. It turns out that's not what it is. My bust on that. I paid $10 for that, which obviously was a mistake. But I guess it's a decent conversation piece to have in the collection. I also got Taking It to the Hoop for the TurboGrafx 16. I paid $5 for this. It is complete, obviously except for the paper box, but I don't have a great TurboGrafx 16 collection. I have maybe 6 games. So it's always nice, even if it's just a sports game, to add something to the collection. I don't run across those games very often. Probably the best game, well, again, the best game for me, but not particularly a great game. The best game I got in this lot was Time Killers for the Sega Genesis. This is roughly a $30 cart on eBay. I'm not willing to pay that much for this game because I know it's a terrible game. I actually popped it in before recording this video, and it is pretty bad. I remember the arcade version being pretty amazing at the time as a kid. It hasn't aged well, but it was one of my favorite games. So I had been keeping my eye out for a copy of Time Killers on the Sega Genesis for a number of years now. Never ran across it. Never found it on auction for a good price, so I jumped at the opportunity to get this. This was $12. For the NES, I picked up a bunch of stuff. I got Bad News Baseball. I believe this was $5. I also got a manual for it. Urban Champion. This was $8. This is one of the first games that I had as a kid. My father had since gotten rid of the game, and I had been looking for this game for quite a while. I haven't found it out in a while. I have not found it for a decent price on eBay, so $8, I'm like, whatever. I'll go ahead and get it. Funny story about this game, actually, haha, while I remember this. My father had a huge temper. We could not play video games together competitively. I remember being about, I want to say 9 years old, where I was kicking the shit out of my old man on Urban Champion, and he got so pissed off that he actually unplugged the NES, that big heavy ass. Let me see if I actually got one. Something akin to this, one of these big heavy AC adapters, and he actually chucked it at me and hit me with it because he was so pissed off. I'll tell you, that was the last time that I played anything with him competitively. That was, I think, the second time he had done that. So after that, anytime that we were playing something where we were going head to head, I always let him win because it wasn't worth getting hit with an AC plug. Anyway, moving on. I got the Secret Scroll Flying Dragon. This was $4. Got a copy of Dragon Power. This was $3. I got a copy of Dash Galaxy in the Alien Asylum. I also got the manual for that. This was $2. Very happy about this. Clumsy. Very happy about this game. Beetlejuice. This was $9. I know this is a shitty game. It's got the shit seal of approval, the little rainbow there. I've not run across this game in the wild ever. And it's something I wanted to play again. I remember not liking it so much as a kid, but it is Beetlejuice and I love the movie. I'm going for a complete NES collection. I have this, well, with this lot, it's probably over 200, roughly 205 games, I think, now. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but this is one of the games I've been looking for a while. A lot of these are more or less just kind of, I hate to use the term filler titles, but a lot of these actually are filler titles because I want a complete official US release collection. So even though I have maybe 7 copies of Super Mario Duck Hunt, I got a copy of Duck Hunt for 95 cents. I also got a copy of Castle Quest for $2. I already had the box for this, so that's great to actually have the cart now. I got a copy of Magic Johnson's Fast Break for 95 cents. Then I got two more Genesis games. One is Cool Spot, which is complete, and I paid $10 for this, believe it or not. I've been itching to play some Cool Spot for a while now. I remember playing this, I believe it was on the Super Nintendo, actually, as a kid, and for whatever reason, I've had an itch to play this. This and the Chester Cheetah games. I don't know why. They're not great games, but they're definitely very decent platformers. Also got a copy of Barkley Shut Up and Jam for $3. This is also complete. I got these at the St. Vincent de Paul up in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I found myself 2 Wavebird controllers. These were $3 a piece, but of course, no receiver. I don't know where it is right now, but I also have a 3rd Wavebird that I found at a Goodwill in Dundee, Illinois, I believe it was, for $1.50, also with no receiver. So those will be the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Wavebirds that I found in the last 2 months with no receivers. Imagine that. What I'm really excited about is this Craigslist deal that I got on. There was a guy up in Kenosha, Wisconsin, who had a Craigslist ad stating that he was selling a ton of old Atari computers and Atari computer equipment. I don't know anything about that stuff, so I pretty much stayed away from it. However, he did list that he had a bunch of boxed systems as well, and some loose ones, but I jumped on the boxed ones. And there was also 2 loose systems that I did not have that I wanted. I wound up paying, I'm not going to say how much I paid, but it was a pretty decent deal. However, I severely underestimated the cost of the shipping back to where I live, which wound up being about $140 plus the packing supplies and boxes and whatnot. So with all those costs combined, this wound up being a really not great deal. So I'm kind of regretting it from a cost standpoint, but I'm absolutely ecstatic to have some of this stuff in my collection. So let me go ahead and get into it. The first thing I got was a loose Atari 7800 system. And with these Atari systems, there's definitely some buyer's remorse because I made the biggest mistake that you could possibly make during a Craigslist deal. I did not check everything for completeness. I looked in a few of the boxes to make sure everything was in there. I was satisfied with it. It was a long drive. I had a lot of stuff to do. I didn't want to fuck around. And this guy was already late for the deal. So I looked through some of the things. I checked the condition. Wow, and this is rattling too. Nice. But I fucked up. There was a bunch of controllers and stuff that came with this. They were in a box with a bunch of wires and stuff. So, again, I visually just glanced at it and I was like, okay, it's fine. However, the AC... Which one was it? Yeah, I'm sorry. The AC or RF, whatever this thing takes, I don't know. I'm not really versed in Atari stuff. I grew up in the NES age. I did not have an Atari. So, the AC adapter, which is probably going to be pretty easy to find. It shouldn't be a big deal. It looks like this one takes the same thing as a regular NES, but that's missing from this. I also got this giant beast right here, the Atari 5200. Problem with this one is that there's a huge box, a switcher box, that you plug the power cord into, and that connects to the TV. That is missing from this right here. That's roughly a $40 piece to buy on eBay. I tried emailing the guy back. He told me when we were doing the deal that he thought some things were missing, and he was gonna ship the stuff to me if I just emailed him and told him what my address was and whatnot and let him know what was missing. So I never got a response from this guy, of course, because he got his money. He doesn't give a shit. But yeah, dumb. I fucked up. So I can't, I almost hit myself in the face. This is going very well, right? So anyway, I can't play this thing until I actually come across one of those. I'm gonna keep on hitting the thrifts like I do. I mean, I'm in no hurry to play this. I don't think I even own any 5200 games right now. So before I go the eBay route and spend 40 bucks, I'm gonna try to see if I can find one of these, the switcher boxes, for cheap, or maybe somebody can, if you got an extra one, you can trade with me or something. I got a bunch of random games that were not included in the list. They were just in the box with the wires. I got a complete copy of Pitfall for the Sega CD. It's in really good shape. The box has no cracks in it. I actually already own this, so I'm going to see what this is worth on eBay. Try to sell it. If not, probably just trade it. I don't like to sell things very much on eBay unless I can make at least a $10 profit. Once you factor in the cost of actually posting the auction, then the eBay fees, and then the PayPal fees and whatnot. If you're not making at least a $10 profit on things, it's usually not even worth it. Like if you're going to sell, let's say Pitfall, I want to sell it for $8. That's not worth it because I'm probably going to make like $1 or $2 off of it. What's the point even going through the trouble of doing that? I can trade it locally, sell it locally, whatever. Anyway, I got a copy of Blackjack for the Atari 2600. Combat, I think this is like my 6th copy of this damn game for the 2600. Frogger, I believe this is for the 2600. Like I said, I'm not really a great, I'm not very versed at Atari stuff. Looks like Atari, could be Coleco. I think it's Atari. It's Frogger. I ramble sometimes, sorry. Also got a copy of Hogan's Alley for the NES. I think I have 2 copies of this already. And then yet another copy of Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. And I did not prepare for this very well, obviously. I got another copy of Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt floating around here somewhere that also came with this. But nobody cares about that. You guys want to see the box systems. So let's get into it. Let's go. Alright. First off, I got a complete 32X in the box. I already have one of these. I think this will actually be a condition upgrade. This is the one I got. Let's see. Actually, yeah, you know what? I never even noticed the Genesis logo on the one I had is scratched out with a pen for some reason. Huh. Imagine that. So yeah, condition upgrade, there we go. I just actually assumed that I was going to go ahead and sell that one on eBay for a pretty penny. Next, this is definitely not a condition upgrade, but this is a boxed TurboGrafx 16. I checked the box, and this is not one of the ones that I looked at when I initially made the deal. It's missing the power cord. However, I have tons of Genesis power cords, and the power cord that goes to this will also power on a Sega Genesis or an NES. So it's not really a big deal. It's really annoying though, but like I said, not a big deal. Very likely, well, there's no very likely, I'm definitely going to sell this. I'm going to go ahead and resell it. I already have a TurboGrafx 16 boxed. I have a Turbo Duo. So, excuse me, there's no sense in actually keeping this one around. One of the big attractions for me in this deal was this boxed Sega CD. Now, I already have two Sega CDs, and they're both in perfect working condition. One of them is the one I had from my childhood. I definitely don't need a third one, but I did want the box for it. So, I'm very happy to have this. I'm probably going to go ahead and trade the Sega CD system itself or sell it. Don't really know exactly how much they're worth, but I'm sure there's somebody out there who'd like to have this, and if you want to trade, go ahead and hit me up. The next thing I got in this deal was a boxed Atari Jaguar. Now, I already have one of these boxed. However, I just moved into the home that I'm in right now. During the shipping process, I shouldn't even say during the shipping process, when I had the movers packing my stuff up, they completely destroyed some of my items. And I'll tell you, when I saw this, I was just absolutely livid. I wanted to fucking kill somebody. I had an almost pristine Atari Jaguar box. I had all my box systems pre-packaged and wrapped and all that prior to moving. I had not realized, because I wasn't watching some of these fuckers while they were doing shit, that they repacked some of my stuff and they crushed the shit out of my Atari Jaguar box. And I can tell you right now, I wanted to kill somebody. I really did. I wanted to fucking murder somebody. So, when I saw this initially for the Craigslist deal, I was like, whatever. I'll go ahead and resell that too. But now, even with the condition that it's in, this is a box upgrade for me. So, I'll likely be holding on to this one and getting rid of the other one. The next item that I got in this deal was a boxed Sega Genesis. Now, I already have a boxed Sega Genesis. Actually, I have two. I have a Model 3, which I bought brand new back in, I don't know, 2003. And I also have another Model 1 that I found in a thrift store of all places for $20 last year. It's the Streets of Rage 2 edition. This one is the Sonic the Hedgehog edition. I don't know why. I've kind of gotten into the whole variation thing. Like, I like different variations of these systems. Box. I'm really looking out for the Ultra Beast variation, because that's the one I had as a kid. Or my father had anyway. I have not run across one yet, but I'm looking out for it. So it's definitely nice to have this. It's in pretty decent shape. I like how and it's one of those things that you don't really think about as a kid. And maybe a lot of you guys, you younger cats out there, don't think about it so much. But back in my day, I really liked looking at the back of the boxes, because they had all these screenshots from different games. I don't know, it's something I think we take for granted now. I don't really think that they do that anymore. I'll have to look, but it was something I always liked looking at as a child. And I still do. So, this will be, I don't know, my 11th Sega Genesis, I think. I get these all the time. Like, I cruise the thrift shops and whatnot, in the flea markets, and if I see one for $5, you know, whether it's got cords or not, I can't just let it sit there. Who can pass up a $5 Sega Genesis? Not this guy. So, next, something else I'm really excited to have is this boxed Sega Master System. Now, again, I already have this system. I actually have all these systems already, but I did not have this in a box. This is one of the few systems that I had as a kid growing up. My father had a Nintendo Entertainment System, then he got a Master System, and then a Sega Genesis. And as far as my father was concerned, that was it. My mom did not buy game systems, so when I would go to his house, that's what I got to play. Anyway, I don't know why you guys need to know that, but I've been looking out for one of these for quite some time, and I'm very, very happy to actually have one now. I don't have a great Master System game or great Master System collection. I actually have 5 games total for the Master System. So even though I don't have a lot of games for it, you know, it's one of those things I had as a kid, and I'm very excited to have that. Speaking of the NES and old systems, I've managed to pick myself up a Nintendo Entertainment System. This is the Action Set boxed. Now again, I already have a box. I have the deluxe set with Rob the Robot, but I do not have the Action Set. So I wanted that. I think I have, let's see, this will be my, I think it's the 3rd NES that I have. Yeah, I got one box. I got one, the same one I had as a kid, and then I got a top loader. So now this is number 4. This is one that I'm probably going to just keep in the box. I'm not going to resell it. It does have Super Mario Duck Hunt inside, along with the extra Super Mario Duck Hunt that I got in the deal. So yeah, very happy to have that as well. That's something with the NES, I'd love to have all the variations of that boxed. So the last thing I got in this deal, also something I was very excited about, another system I already had. It's the Super Nintendo in the box. Super Mario World is one of the greatest games of all time, by the way. Also included in this box, along with the extra copy that I got. The box is in alright shape. I've got the second model Super NES boxed. I did not have the first one. I've been looking out for one for cheap for a while. Very happy to actually have one. This will be, not including the mini NES, I think this is my 3rd third Super Nintendo. So I got the one from my childhood, well, teen years, whatever. Got this one. I got one I found at a thrift store last year for 20 bucks. And of course the mini. So I'll probably go ahead and resell this one, or resell the one I got from the thrift store, whichever one's in better condition. So yeah, that's it. Very happy to have all that stuff in my collection. Like I said, there's a little bit of buyer's remorse with that, because some of the things that were supposed to be included were missing. It's going to cost a little bit to get those things to complete these systems. Also, you know, with the shipping and all the packing supplies, this wound up not being such a great deal. And honestly, I probably wouldn't do it again if I had an opportunity to, but it's already done. You know, I spent the money. Happy to have that stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. Exciting stuff, huh? Yeah.